All over our cities, along our coastlines and across our green and pleasant land, an invisible army is fighting a never-ending war. Their enemy is the filth that we create and the vermin that thrive on it. Welcome to the hidden world of the Grimefighters. On our programme tonight, the extreme cleaners who love the dirt.
The grimier the better, that's what I say.
Bugs in the bags are just too much.
Never seen so many bugs.
And the A to B of grime fighting.
A, B, C.
In Stockport, team leader Mike is leading from behind. The team are revving up to clear an abandoned house. But where? Where is Mike?
Right again, innit? Must have been out last night. Yeah. Oh, he's here now. Outside him anyway.
Morning, lads. Sorry I'm late. Oh, I've had a nightmare last night. Right, come on. I've not even had a chance to get bloody changed this morning. Come on.
Mike's had a hard day's night.
Right, lads, we've got another little property clearance. Right, this room's not too bad. A lot of it's boxed up.
Out of sorts and in the wrong clothes.
Yeah. Let's have a look. No, there's not much in there. A bed and some drawers, a few boxes and that. Right. Let's go and have a look in here.
Oh no, not back to bed.
Whoops.
There is a dress code for this.
I went out last night and I've just come straight from the office this morning. There you go. Never like to disappoint my lady friends.
Is that a coffin? I hope not. Mustn't be gloomy. There's work to be done. Oh, but there are distractions. Is Mike really a 70s pop idol?
Oh yeah, I remember doing that in the 70s. I used to have a moustache here. That's when I used to have girls throwing the pants at me on stage when I used to be an international sex symbol.
Yes, he still hasn't woken up. The truth is, Mike with a mullet was, well, much like Mike with a mallet.
Right, all right then, Alex. We start, right, with the weak parts, yeah? So the first one is A, right? B, C. I tell you what, you don't see this on the Antiques Roadshow. There you go.
You know what the Antiques Roadshow could perhaps do with a makeover? And maybe our Grimefighters would be the perfect contestants in MasterChef.
What are they?
Milk bottles.
Get out of the way from me! Oh.
It looks like a scientific experiment gone wrong.
Alex thinks that after Mike's night out, this could bring him round.
Whoa, what, Alex?
Go on. Comes in dressed inappropriately for work and then refuses to take part.
Listen, I'm the boss, Alex, right? I command, I give all the orders, right? I'm in charge. I'm in charge, Alex.
Now it's payback time.
There's a bit of a bad smell down there.
Oh, that is strong. I thought you had a strong stomach.
The day is picking up slowly but surely. Mike is getting back to the real world.
So as you can see, we're all done. Nice and clear.
The point about Mike is that he doesn't lack confidence. In Battersea in London, 3 extreme cleaners, Steve, Bertram and Sean, are looking for an easy time in an empty shop. How soft can you get in a soft furnishing shop? But this one is hard. A drain has burst.
The main part of the problem's downstairs, where it's been flooded, sewage water and all that.
It'll need engine power to drain the basement. This is a tough one. Downhearted? Not in the slightest.
Steve loved this bit of the job.
Well, the grimier the better, that's what I say. But not all jobs are like this, so when they come along it makes you happy, doesn't it? But
It's not the grime the Grimefighters really like, it's the fighting.
this is bad down here. It smells really bad. More pungent as you get round here.
This old storage room doesn't look too bad, but it is.
This is... You see that just flakes away when you move like that. It's been like this a while to be like that, in that condition.
But obviously you've got human faeces, you've got human body fluids, anything obviously from rats because it's come up from the sewer.
But how did this get into such a state?
The problem is this has came off the pipe, which has let all the water out. Looks like a few turns there. Probably came out the flats from upstairs, because we have got flats up above us. You get turns everywhere. Well, it's life, innit?
A
A mess is one thing, a mess from a drain quite another.
Basically what we're going to do is clear this room out, bag everything up, it'll all be disposed of in the incinerator.
It's soaking wet.
We'll spray down industrial disinfectant and basically just give it a real nice deep clean.
A deep clean has to be tackled in the proper way. Bags first. Get this stuff out of the way before tackling the wet stuff.
Right, the lads are packing everything up now, so all I've got to do is get this downstairs and start sucking the sewage up.
Ah, the countryside. What could go wrong here? It's perfect. But in idyllic Oxfordshire, father and son pest controllers Dave and Matthew know the score. At the Cotswolds Wildlife Park, a rare bird collection is threatened by stoats.
There's the barley starling. 14 birds remained in the wild in '88, so that's a captive breeding programme that's keeping them alive. This one is a piping guan, 200 left in the wild. These aren't rare, but they're quite endearing birds, even though they peck you. But I mean, it's got no fear, and you know, a stoat came in here, boof, that'll be gone.
Birds without fear of stoats. That's the problem. Our pest controllers have a plan of action.
We've set 2 traps. They're here all the time, but they're not always set. So there's one on the outside wall, one on the inside wall.
Dave wants to pass on his pest controlling skills to his son, and young Matthew is up for it.
They're all in tunnels.
Why is it in a tunnel, Dad?
We've put in tunnels so that other things don't get to them, and also stoats and rats, if there were a rat around, they like to be hidden. That's okay.
Why have you got sticks in front of the box?
Well, that's to stop like anything bigger than a stoat getting in there.
Traps aren't traps unless they trap.
Right, this is the one where hopefully. Good. There we are. Female stoat. The trap has caught it straight around the neck and the body. It was instant kill.
This is a special moment when a father shows off in front of his son.
That's how you catch a stoat. It's a shame, but there we are. We can't have it killing these rare birds. That's a Madagascan teal that it killed yesterday, and as you can see, they kill them by taking their heads off.
Do you reckon you've caught the cause of all the trouble, or do you reckon there may be more coming in?
We're in the middle of the countryside. There are stoats everywhere, and I have no problem with them. But this one has found its way into here with these rare birds, and you cannot tolerate that. It's gone in a humane way, and that's that. So now the birds can breed in peace, and the rest of the stoats, as long as they stay out of the way, we're fine.
In Dagenham, environmental enforcement officers never spot a bin without thinking, should it be there, and who might be responsible? Rob and Lindsay have to make sure that rubbish is properly disposed of.
You know, we've educated sort of like these guys before, once or twice, but again, it's just persistent. I mean, this carpet, this is a green garden waste bin. There's nothing to go in here apart from unless it is green garden waste.
It's been out their front for ages and they've just lived with it there. They haven't taken it anywhere. They could have taken it to the dump.
These guys have got domestic waste in here. I don't know if you can see that. There's just like all sorts of domestic rubbish and stuff in there. Completely and utterly unsuitable, so that's not going to be taken.
We don't know if this is a resident's rubbish or not, but what we're going to do is we've got this cage vehicle here. We're just going to ask the residents to come and bring it on themselves.
Rob takes a pot shot,
I want to come out and say hello.
but it looks as if he's fired a blank.
Oh, that's typical, isn't it?
Should we just take it?
While they're taking stock, someone appears at an upstairs window.
Is anyone else in or is it just you?
No, no one else is here at the moment.
Would you be able to help us just get some of this rubbish onto the back of the truck? Just
I haven't got gloves.
No. We've got gloves if you want to borrow some gloves.
What about my nails? I'm just suggesting that we ask yourself, kind gentleman, to help us with the...
Kind gentleman?
Yeah.
Yes, it won't be a problem.
Rob and Lindsay are taken by surprise. It's not their job to clear up.
We don't like doing this ourselves really because we'd rather whoever's rubbish it is do it for us. As we've already served the notice anyway, we can take the rubbish and then the charge will be put on the property.
After all, this isn't too difficult. Rob and Lindsay even get a helping hand from the rubbish truck driver.
It's got grass growing out.
Rubbing on it.
Enforcement officers sometimes just have to muck in. Lindsay and Rob want to get back to their usual job, enforcing, keeping a check. Coming up, Steve's grime-fighting passion is revealed.
He loves it, absolutely loves it. If he could, he'd roll round in it.
Rob and Lindsay get back to basics.
Not our job, we're not supposed to do this. Well, they obviously don't know what's going on.
I'm in charge.
And is Mike ready to throw in the towel?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you be in charge then, because you seem to have more idea than I do.
Up and down the land, a little-known army of dedicated professionals are devoted to battling the ever-advancing tide of grime. Back in the Battersea basement, Steve is preparing to play water games.
I've got this thing here called a wet vac. We're going to suck all the water up and then we're going to dispose of it.
Hoovering carpets is for sissies. This is the real thing.
As you can see, on the wet vac is sucking the water up, so all you can see left is the lumps of turds and all that's left. So.
Steve enjoys the noise, while the others have to get on with the work.
What we've got mixed up is excrement, urine, anything that comes out of the human body, with household waste, fat, you name it, it's in it.
It's all going to be cleaned up. As long as I get paid at the end of the month or week or whatever, I'll do anything.
The great grime fighter never gives up.
The dirtier, the grimier the job, you put Steve on it, he loves it, absolutely loves it. If he could, he'd roll round in it.
I'm not one for masks. Smell doesn't bother us.
So what are the qualities which Steve has?
He's a northerner, he's funny.
You're okay.
The trick for Steve is getting satisfaction from getting a job well done.
All the human faces have gone, that was up there, so that's looking good.
All this rubbish has to be removed to clear the basement. The end is now in sight.
You get home tonight and have a good shower down, change your clothes and I'll feel a lot better.
I'll give him a thumbs up.
What we've seen today is how a hard job breeds heroes like Steve. and his mates are only too ready to agree. In Stockport, Mike and his team, Alex and Liam, have put aside the larky mood of the morning. They have to clear an empty flat, but there's something spooky about it.
Right, we've been told that the guy's died. We've been told to clear it out. So let's go and have a look and see what's going on.
This is like the Mary Celeste, a phantom ship without a crew.
This is strange, isn't it, lads?
Oh, it just looks like someone's still here, doesn't it? You know, been left exactly how it was on the last day of, you know.
It's always a bit of a strange, eerie feeling when you come into a property and it's just how they've left it.
It's not difficult to see what's happened. Home, but alone.
He's got a pan, he's got a kettle, one bowl, one plate, 2 cups, 1 knife and fork. No, it's pretty sad, really. Right, this is the bedroom.
It's not nice to see, is it? Just gets you thinking a bit, doesn't it?
Didn't have an awful lot of possessions. You can imagine it quite have been a lonely existence. No radio, no telly, by yourself. Not many things. Yeah, sad.
Mike plays the detective, and not just any detective, a great detective.
He's got his stick. A man who sleeps with a walking stick in his bed. He was frightened of being intruded, and that's why he had his stick in the bed.
Do you not think he might have needed the stick to get out of bed or anything like that?
Yeah, it's a good answer, that, mate.
He was old and fragile.
Never really thought about that.
Need a bit of help, don't you?
Good answer, that. Never really thought about that.
Detective work is fun, but it doesn't help in clearing the flat. Back in Dagenham, the enforcement officers are tackling a bad case of colour blindness.
Orange bags are meant to be for recycling. We give these out for free. People don't want to buy the black bags, so they just use the orange bags.
Why doesn't everyone realise that black is black and orange is orange? And green, I hope you're following this, is of course green.
We've got the green garden waste bins being misused, it's being used for domestic. Which one of those bins are yours, my friend?
This, I think, of this one.
This
Actually,
one
we
here,
cannot
yeah?
say which one because everyone using both, you know.
Rob is on the warpath.
Hi. We've just come down here with regards to the rubbish and stuff.
This rubbish is not mine.
That's fine.
Whoever lives here, it's always been a state, you get what I mean? I've tried my bit, but I'm not going to make an effort and everyone else is just going to make it look like rubbish.
I mean, yeah, I understand totally. I mean, but there is legislation that we're going to have to serve with this because it's sort of like non-compliance.
Yeah.
All right,
well, I'm moving next week anyway.
Oh yeah? Okay, probably won't apply to you then.
Have you not had any leaflets or anything?
No, I haven't. For the year and a half I've been here, I haven't received one leaflet to do with the bins. To be honest, I didn't know. I've only guessed from guessing, do you get what I mean?
We can't then go and prosecute them for this stuff when they don't actually know what they're doing.
If a job's worth doing well, it's worth doing it yourself.
Got mix in here, got everything. Earwigs, galore. Never seen so many bugs. I don't.
Probably the most disgusting thing we do.
Not our job, we're not supposed to do this, but after having a chat with them all, they obviously don't know what's going on, so.
In theory, it should always work a treat. Different colours, different rubbish. But that's in theory. Back in Stockport, Mike, Alex and Liam are ready to start clearing the flat. Boss man Mike's got a plan. All it requires is a bit of discipline.
Right, lads, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get the table and chairs on the support vehicle.
Take the bed out first.
Listen, I'm in charge. We're getting this out first, and we're getting all that cleared. Come on, let's get it. Come on, let's not mess about. Get the gear out of the flat.
Best. Putting the bigger stuff on first, the bulkier stuff, I think anyway, just makes life a little bit easier if you put the little small
Alex,
things on the bottom.
What do you know? You've only been doing this a couple of weeks. Just let's get the gear on and listen to me.
Getting the squarer stuff, you can put it into corners. Just consolidates the space.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you be in charge then, because you seem to have more idea than I do. Are you going to be in charge?
Yeah, I'll be in charge.
Great. Are you going to pay my wages then?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, because you're sacked, so it'll just be Liam.
Sacked. I never have any of this back chat with that Liam. It's always him. Every time it's him. Noddy.
Mike, can you take that to the van for me, please?
Right, okay, Alex.
Thank you. Right.
Without the banter, it's hard to see how this work could get done.
I just let them bicker at each other. I find it funny. It makes my time go a lot quicker and easier.
Ah! Yeah. You do that on purpose then. Don't be so stupid. Oh, Alex! I'm going to look at that shorty today.
Can you just give us an hand, please?
And at the end of it all, it's Alex who gets the last laugh.
Just watch where you're putting your hands, mate, because you've got dog on your coat.
Oh, how have I got that on my coat? I thought I could smell something.
Oh, Mike, you put your hand in it.
Oh, there's all dog everywhere. Stinking out the cab.